To Del Mar we go for the Eddie Reed Stakes on Sunday, July 31st. The Eddie Reed on the turf, grade 2 company here. And the Eddie Reed is at 1.125 miles. They'll start out of the chute, make the elbow turn, and then one lap around the course proper for a purse of $250,000. And Jeff, big field here. Field sizes in the Del Mar Stakes races have been fabulous to start the meet. And we've got a capacity dozen lining up here for the Eddie Reed. Good group. Your thoughts?
Well, the first thing I'm looking at is Beyond Brilliant, who is 2 for 2 at Del Mar. I think that's important. He does look like the controlling speed. He's a kind of horse that can take advantage of that. And I really think that if he's ready and the works look really, really good for a horse who generally does work well in the morning. So I think he's the kind of horse that can run well fresh. That's the one that jumped off at me. Now, I will say this. Speed has not been doing well at Del Mar. Now, what have we had, like 4 days or something,
Right.
So it's too early to really say that. But Beyond Brilliant is going to be the controlling speed here, and I'm not sure. Maybe you might get some pressure from Tango on the outside of him, but he's going to have his chance to wire the field, and we'll see if he can take advantage of it. He certainly did when he won the Whittingham in his last start, and that was back in late April with Santa Anita.
Yeah, and he took on Master of Foxhounds that day, and they're back, and they're both well drawn here in the Eddie Reed, right? With that elbow start, inside post are very good, especially in a 12-horse field, because they're going to make that hard elbow left, and then so it's almost like 3 turns, and you really get a nice bounce and advantage having the inside draw. So Master of Foxhounds, Beyond Brilliant in the 1 and 3 hole. Let's go back and look at their last matchup you mentioned in the Whittingham.
Front running Beyond Brilliant, who takes him into the far turn with a 1.5 length lead. Master of Foxhounds now pushed to get closer, cuts it back down to 3/4. Gold Phoenix has been in a good spot every step of the way. Greg Dar is next. Then Dean Martini, Majestic Eagle. Dicey Mochara has trailed throughout. Beyond Brilliant is the leader. Master of Foxhounds within a length second. Gold Phoenix and Greg Dar inside the 8th pole, and Beyond Brilliant keeps on going. Master of Foxhounds has not surrendered. He's trying him one last time, but Beyond Brilliant is just too strong, and he takes him all the way in the Charles Whittingham. Master of Foxhounds was second best.
So in that $5,000 late pick 4 hit and split Sunday at Del Mar, will it be a single for Mr. Siegel with Beyond Brilliant? I kind of give Master of Foxhounds a little bit of a shot in here. I love the rail. JJ Hernandez aboard. But Beyond Brilliant looks awfully tough, Jeff. Is he single material? Because if you can single in a 12-horse field, you're going to separate from the pack.
Well, I will say this. I would consider singling Beyond Brilliant, but I would also consider backing up with Master of Foxhounds, because from the rail, he's going to draft into the greatest spot of all time. And Beyond Brilliant doesn't get the trip. And he did win the Hollywood Derby over this course and distance last November. He's going to have to be a little bit better now, as you think he might be as a 4-year-old now than he was then. But if Beyond Brilliant comes up a tad short, Master of Foxhounds is going to be right in his wheelhouse. And I remember when he won the San Marcos, this horse, way back in February of 2021. I thought, okay, here's a war front colt. He's going to really develop here for D'Amato, who's a terrific grass trainer, and he's going to go on with it. But he hadn't won since. He seems like he runs well. He just can't seal the deal. So I think he's going to have every chance to get back in the winner's circle and break that losing streak. And I would suggest that he is the one that Beyond Brilliant has to fear most. There are others in here that are obviously good enough, but nothing that I think can. I mean, I don't know how good Hong Kong Harry is. He looks really good for, and I think the model's got 4 in here, so I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Chad Brown of the West, as you said.
Exactly. But there's a horse who's undefeated now since coming over from England, and he was an okay horse there, but he's obviously, like many of the Phil D'Amatos, better here than he was there.
Yeah,
he's got a really good turn of foot. He's won in 1 1/8 miles. He's got good stalking style. I would, if I'm going to spread this race and try to beat Beyond Brilliant, I mean, Hong Kong Harry's going to have to be on my ticket somewhere as well. But it's a really good race, and it's a good gambling race again, because there are many horses in here that have a race or two that puts him right there. And if you can gamble on a race of 10, 12 to 1 and find one like that, you go for it. Or at least you throw them in your ticket. Or even as a backup, you want to have them But the three that I mentioned, Beyond Brilliant, Master of Foxhounds, and Hong Kong Harry, would have to be on there somewhere.
We're in agreement on that. The final big stakes of the weekend, Sunday night, get you out for the weekend.